Welcome everyone to what promises to be a really tough and exciting set of tiny races, including some of Zwift's very best in Josh Harris and Joachim Leeson, and a few of my fellow dragons. I think Benny, Jan, Niels, and Dido are all here for the first race. I'm not gonna be able to comment during the race because unfortunately my headset is actually out of battery. I'm gonna charge it during the first race, then we'll pause and then be back for the second race with proper coverage, including audio. The first race, you will just have the sound of my computer's microphone and probably some fan noises. In terms of setup, you can see my watts actually at the bottom right, and where it says 0 right now, that is where the draft will be. And above that, you can see the group's post features are from South by Zwift, and I need to get into a rhythm of spinning my legs now because I actually, with the preparation, didn't warm up as well as I probably could have or should have. I might take it a little bit easy, not go all out on the first race and then focus more on the other races, but we'll see how it feels. Talk to you after the race.
I'm toast. I'm toast.
Oh, young mate, top 4 friendly. Let me catch my breath. I'll be back in a moment.
Here we are, back for race 2, which will now be on valley to mountaintop, so a mix of tarmac and gravel, with the finish being a pretty punishing 500-meter gravel stretch. In the last race, those relatively flat rolling races are tough for me because I'm quite light, so my FTP is only like 295 or so. So we're constantly at or above my threshold on the way to the goal, which obviously does hurt my legs a little bit. And then I decided, okay, I want to go for it with like 400 meters left, but then no one else was pushing at that moment. So if I had continued, I would have pushed right into the wind. So as you saw, I stopped for a few seconds and then went again, but I had really lost the momentum also in my legs. Like I should be able to get to 1,000 watts, 15 seconds, and I only got to 825, as you can see in the peak 15 seconds value. Jan from my team finished 4th though, and another few dragons doing reasonably well. Last week I finished in the top 10 of the GC for the first time actually, so but I don't think that is anywhere near realistic every week. It obviously makes me more ambitious. But again, this race is going to be tough for me, specifically because you have to work quite hard with the gravel bike on the tarmac, and even on the gravel part in the middle, it's rising all the time. So I have to put in a lot of FTP adjacent or over FTP work. So we'll see. Normally my 1 minute punch is really good, but it depends on how much is left of that once we actually get to the hard part. So I'm in a world of pain. Well, so much for the GC this week. Gonna try to focus on the next race then. Let's go watch Joachim while I roll into the finish, so you can see someone do it really well. Gotcha. Joachim, I think it's about a 45 to 50 second finish once you hit the dirt. So I assume Joachim will accelerate from the back, take that speed into the uphill, and then just keep pushing. You can see he's already in the orange, taking out a little bit of speed to not hit the wind too soon. Now I expect him to push, push, push. He looks pretty far back, but if he keeps this up, he will take at least third place, I would say. Yeah, he just has so much sustained power. The other people are all fading around him. Yep. Well done, Joachim. Josh Harris is right behind him in third. And I'm starting on the third segment now. I know, I wonder if it makes a difference to be talking 2 minutes before starting the race, because I felt both lactate flooded and out of breath. And as you might have seen, my source for Zwift also didn't work. It didn't show the group around me, just myself, because I couldn't properly gauge how fast everyone else was going. I mean, it's not an excuse, I just didn't have it this race. That's kind of where I pay for doing half measures last race. Like, even if I had hit the wind, if I keep pushing, once I go, I just really need to grow, because then I've already started running matches, and I really have to pick my spots and not do 90% here, 80% there. It's just gonna end me up in no man's land. Well, I have a few more minutes of rest now and less fatigue. I'm going to switch back to an aero setup for the next race, and I'll see you there in a moment. After a glorious 27th place finish. Let's check actually how our guys did. So as we saw, Joachim and Paul both in the top 3. Yamazaki from next, I think is highest rated. I think those 3 in that order might be the highest rated Zwifters right now on Zwift Power in terms of race ranking. Jan in 12, Niels in 11. But I think Jan said he only has 2 bullets today, so I don't know if he will continue. Otherwise, he would have a decent shot at a nice position in the GC. Anyways, see you in the next race. So here we are back for race 3, back on aero wheels. Basically my plan has to be to go really all in on one of the 2 races and try to get a top 10. This race again is not so easy for me because it's rolling quite a bit, and then finish is 300 meters uphill, which is nice, but you go into that with a decline that peaks at 8%. I pick up a lot less speed there than career riders, so it's quite not ideal. I'll just have to see how I make it through rolling terrain, and then depending on that, how my legs feel, I have to really commit to this race, or try to save my legs a little bit. So I would really love to give it a shot here, we'll see. I don't know why, but I have really heavy legs today. Actually had a rest day yesterday after 3 hard days. So I was expecting to be in good shape. I miss super tucking in the bunch as a light guy. If only I could super tag. PD4 is a little rough for the light riders. So much less recovery. Just don't have it today. Julian, 11 years and 8. Benjamin in 6 actually. See will clearly be between Joachim and Yamazaki from next. Josh Harris, a little further back this time. I mean, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't that tough. It's a pity I'm missing easily 100 watts. Keep there, 1:15 seconds. Not like that would lead to a win. Even top 10 would have been hard. Half a second of that. But I'm not quite happy. Let's see what I can do in the other race. 4, 5, 6 months ago, when I still had 6-7 kilograms more and was B than all these races, I would have really welcomed. But it's tough against the A crowd. It's too tough. These guys are fantastic. Their legs don't tire as easily as the ones of someone who's 39 and has only started cycling 2 years ago. But I mean, I'm happy enough that the other dragons and me are somewhat competitive depending on the day and how you feel on the particular day and race. But after dominating in B, it's really good and humbling to have this kind of a challenge and really see that there's still things to learn, still room to grow, both in terms of timing, because the A sprints are very different than the B sprints, and obviously just in terms of pure strength and power to endure these harder races. I'm gonna breathe for 2 minutes and then bring you back in for the final race. Alright, final race coming up. I switched to Tron now as the race is decided. Well, I won't be in the mix for that today, I don't think. Race is decided in like a 1 minute punch up the bridge towards Epicom entrance. But I barely have enough air still to talk, so we'll see. It's slightly lower now, so unfortunately even this feels hard for me today. And I assume it's going to be fireworks once we get to the ramp and into the gravel here. So long Joachim. Mit Yamazaki outside. The top 10 that might be good enough. I don't love not making top 20, but at least I'm happy with the effort I put in here and how hard I pushed and how early I started the final effort. But as I alluded to earlier, this is more a humbling week of 10 races. Tomorrow I have Chasing Amstel, the Chasing Tour where I'm actually top 5 in GC. So I hope my legs will be better there. have to make it over the volcano there to be able to get into the sprint. But that's it for the tiny races for this week. If you still have your races coming up, then best of luck. And please, if you want, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be doing these most weeks, I think, and I'll always talk about bike choice, strategy and timing as much as possible. So if you do race in a later time zone or want to learn a little bit about strategy, because I did win a lot back when I was heavier in B, so I am normally decent at timing, but as I said, A's work a little bit differently. People go earlier, but it is, as much as you can probably see and hear my pain, it is an awful lot of fun. Thanks for joining, thanks to the other guys for racing with me, and see you soon.